Welcome! This is the instructional video for assembling the Nectar full lampshade. Inside you will have a set of 12 strips in a bundle on top, a bottom ring and a top ring with indent bar. Underneath you will have a second set of 12 strips in a bundle and paper instructions. Within each bundle, separate the short and long strips and place them end on end, keeping the two bundles separate. It should look like the following, with longer strips at one end and shorter strips at the other. The longer strips are the top of the shade, with the smallest hexagonal and square ends, and the top ring with indent bar. Here are the shorter strips. They are the bottom of the shade, plus bottom ring. If we push the shorter strips to touch the longer strips, the width of the tab should be the same size. There is a smooth side and fluffy side to the fabric. Make sure that the fluffy side is facing down. This fluffy side will be on the inside of the lamp. Grab one long strip and corresponding short strip. On the large strip you'll see two slots, and on the short strip you'll see a tongue, which you will feed through slot 1, making sure you pull the tongue firmly through. Then feed the tongue back through slot 2, pulling it firmly. Continue this process down the strip, feeding the tongue firmly through slot 1 and then back through slot 2. Repeat step 2 until all strips have been compressed into 2 sets of 6 long strips. Now take one of these long strips from each set. Hold the smallest square end in your left hand and the smallest hexagonal end in your right hand. We're going to do exactly what we did earlier by feeding the tongue through slot 1, making sure to pull it firmly through. Then feed the tongue back through slot 2. Continue this all the way down the 2 strips. Once these 2 strips are together, repeat this step with the remaining strips, making sure the smallest square end is in your left hand and the smallest hexagonal end is in your right hand. You should now have 6 wider strips. Continue connecting these strips down the edge until you make up the entire shade. Now let's put the ring on the bottom of the shade, which is the biggest end. Place the ring close to the hole and wrap the larger of the 2 tongues over the ring and through the slot. Repeat this with all the large tongues first. Now you will need a pair of tweezers. Very carefully push the small tongue through the slot. If it does not come all the way through, you can pull it through from the other side with the tweezers. Once completed, flip the lamp over and do the same at the smaller end of the shade with the ring that has the indent bar. Again, start with the larger tongues first, making sure this time that there is going to be an even number of tongues on either side of the indent bar. When hanging your shade, make sure the hanging cord is on the correct side of the indent bar. Place the indent bar 40 cm above the lamp holder. Hold with one hand and attach the cable tie provided with the other, or you may need to get someone to hold the shade for you as you attach it to the cable. Pull the cable tie tight and cut off any excess. To attach the bulb, you will need to carefully undo about 4 or 5 vertical tongues down one seam. From here, you can attach your compact fluorescent light bulb and redo the tongues. Now your Nectar shade is ready to be turned on.